Can you believe it? Lynda Steele, we are halfway through our season.
And we got gifts today, too, from this fabulous winery on the island. It's called 40 Knots. So they sent us a box. We had some wine. We had some spa things. Vino Spa is something else they do. This one is called Spindrift.
Yep.
I'll just top up because I don't want to go over my 2-drink limit.
40 knots with knots with a K.
It's really good. I would buy this again. Thank you so much.
She wouldn't say that if she didn't mean it.
No, it's true. Really, I love the BC wineries.
One of our viewers said, hey,
thank you so much.
I see that you've got some
40 knots.
Wine over there.
Yep, love it.
Here we go. Okay.
Much appreciated.
Lots to get to. In our opener, we are running around the downtown core of Vancouver in tank tops and shorts. We're not getting back to that anytime soon as we look at the weather forecast.
I'm so sick of the weather. I mean, check out the headline. Brace yourself. Get out the woolies and the boots and the gloves and the heavy coats because we got some nasty weather coming, Jody.
-6, -10-ish, so 5 to 8 degrees lower than we typically are. I had a memory come up. I think it was on my Facebook page when I was checking our Facebook. By the way, Steele and Vance Facebook page. You can join us there. But in 2015, it was 18 degrees in Vancouver.
Come on.
I know.
I like
so
that.
the fluctuations, you never know what's happening on the West Coast. But when I look to Toronto and Montreal, all of the East for that matter right now, absolute blizzard conditions. So you know what?
Yeah, we're not getting that. We are getting nice blue skies. There is this polar vortex. It's going to be cold, but it's blue. I'm from Alberta. That's kind of my home weather.
I will stick with you on that. I like a little blue sky. The low, you can get feeling blue when it's dark all day long. But I mean, there was some brightness in studio last week with all the unbelievable
We've
Conni
had
Smudge.
so much feedback too. We had 2 guests on, not at the same time. There's our Premier David Eby, and Conni Smudge is the drag queen who was at the center of a protest outside the Coquitlam Library, the drag queen story time.
Yeah.
Jody, I don't know about you, but we had a ton of positive feedback, and then, oh my goodness, the negative feedback. I had someone reach out to me online and say, David Eby should be recalled simply for appearing in the same photo as a drag queen. And I was like, I mean,
that should go in what the hell is wrong with people. Really, what's wrong with you? If you don't like it, don't go to drag queen story time. There's really nothing more to that. The whole groomer thing, like worry about the people who are actually grooming. I think that's my favorite thing that Conni Smudge said on the program last week when it was
hard to hate close up.
Well, it's hard to hate close up. No, it was the other one that honestly in his everyday life, in her everyday life, his everyday life, he's like, I was groomed for 20 years to be straight. Now look at me now as all dressed up in the fabulous. Thank you, Conni Smudge. We love you.
The main people were confused because clearly they didn't watch the story. They didn't know anything about story time. They didn't even watch our interview. And so a lot of people said, well, we don't need these men dressed up as women showing up in latex and all this sexualized stuff. And I was like, she was wearing a caftan and a very proper, dress. So clearly they don't dress like that. And to my point, I was saying, Jennifer Lopez doesn't go to Safeway wearing thigh-high boots and fishnets and a bespeckled thong either. No. There's a time and a place when you're a performer and you dress appropriately.
This goes under the heading of, we need a new segment that's called Calm Down. Just calm down.
I'm going to write that down because we need some new graphics.
Calm down. New graphics. Dave Lekmenik, we need you. Calm down. You're going to love today's program. Just so you know what's ahead on Steele and Vance, we have been talking about medical assistance in dying on this show since day one. Both you and I have experience with dementia and Alzheimer's in our family, and we've been talking about the subject. Very contentious topic, but we are bringing in somebody who knows a little something about it.
Dr. Stephanie Green is kind of one of the preeminent MAID physicians, and she is actually from the island, has written a book, has done a TED Talk, which is about to be available. Anyway, we just have a million questions, and we're going to share some of our own thoughts as well.
And we've got to give an update on the Surrey Police Services RCMP decision we've been waiting for from the provincial government. And Lynda?
And the decision is that we don't have enough information, so we can't make a decision. I guess that's it in a nutshell. I'm going to have to drill down with my husband when I get home. My husband is the chief of the Surrey Police Service. This has been very stressful for hundreds of people. RCMP officers wondering what's happening with their future. SPS officers, there's over 450 SPS employees now. They're wondering what's going on. I mean, taxpayers, the mayor, everybody's going, give us a decision. And the decision is we can't make a decision because we don't have enough information. So
limbo continues. And honestly, the person
tuned.
you didn't mention in all of the people that this affects is yourself. And I know this weighs
That's
heavily
true.
on you. It's tough when there's limbo in
me-
your household.
It's hard to stick to my 2 drinks.
You drink that. Well, I'll tell you,
Yeah.
you know who else's limbo is over? Bruce Boudreau's
Oh,
limbo is over.
yeah.
Holy, handled poorly, Batman.
You know what was sad about that? And I'm an Oilers fan, but boy, did I have some compassion for Bruce Boudreau, because just as a human being, he was funny and he was interesting and he showed
Bruce,
his
there
heart.
it is.
Yeah.
Bruce, there it. I mean, come
And
on.
everybody
What was cool? They were
knew that
cool
he was
for a
going to be
minute.
fired. They even knew who the new coach was going to be, but they were not firing Bruce. So finally they did it. And then the Canucks put out this tone-deaf tweet. I said they misspelled F-U, I think,
Yeah.
because anyway, the fans loved Bruce and they gave him a big send-off at his last game.
You fire him and then you honor him? Is that how this works now?
There was
Is
a little
that
damage
spin?
control is what that was.
I don't know. Who approved that?
I hope
Check
they
this-
learned something from that debacle.
I don't know. It's
You know who else is going? People who are trying to buy a house because the Bank of Canada raised rates again, up 25 basis points. So here's the thing: we're up to 4.5% now.
Look at where his
but-
hand is.
Yeah,
Right here.
We're going to stop right here.
Stop right-
That's what he's saying.
right there.
No higher than that.
Just until you're underwater. The interesting piece, and we talked about this last week, is that the talk around the announcement shows a glimmer of light that maybe this is the last time that they're going to raise the rates in this cycle. We got to see inflation cool. I mean,
And
it's
is.
doing what it's meant to do. I mean, the one other thing that came out today was about rentals in Canada, the rental occupancy rate. It's like
we're at the top.
we're like 0.9.
Tiff Macklin could have gone, we're up here, or that's how high. We're the number
can't-
one most expensive place to
most
rent.
expensive, and there's just nowhere to rent anymore, and more people coming every day. It is very stressful for.
Like you said, there is some good news though, because the gas prices, energy prices have come down a bit, even though they're still insanely high here in BC. When it's still $1.80 something.
Tell
I mean,
me,
hello,
girl.
not cheap. Food prices are crazy high, but they have globally come down. So we'll start to see that. So yeah.
You know what else is high?
What?
The cost of your cell phone bill and your
Oh, my
cable bill. And you
God.
know what? It's probably going to stay that way because we're
If
gonna
not go higher.
We're going to go towards a monopoly. How about that?
We already have a monopoly. We have a 3 telecom monopoly. And now the Shaw-Rogers merger has passed another hurdle. So the Competition Bureau was appealing the merger and the court said, nope, that's not going to happen. So it's now up to the innovation minister is the one who has to give the final say. And that'll be interesting because the prime minister has come out and said, we know that cell phone and internet bills are too high for Canadians, or we're going to bring that down. And that's what he said in 2019. And then
Nothing.
Did you see your bill go down?
No.
No, I didn't either.
This makes me crazy on another level, Lynda, because when I was working at Sportsnet, early days when it first launched, CTV Sportsnet, it was purchased by Rogers Communications. So Rogers then owned Sportsnet and TSN, and the CRTC said, oh, no, you can't own the competition. You got to divest yourself of one. So I moved from working at Bell to working at Rogers without being asked. I was just shifted over there because that's what they did with Sportsnet.
Yeah.
So we went through all of that back then, but Shaw and Rogers now can.
Well, you know, Blacklock's Reporter, it's an online website out of Ottawa run by a friend of mine, actually. They had a story today saying that one of the MPs has been told by insiders that this is going to mean the loss of potentially up to 5,000 jobs at Rogers.
Not surprising.
And when the Rogers exec was on the hot seat, he didn't necessarily deny that, not the number, but said, well, you know, there's going to be, you know, efficiencies and all that.
Brutal.
You know,
before we
corporate
get
speak.
to the candies, I want to just throw in one more news nugget. Friday, if you're watching this on Sunday, apologies, but Friday, the World Health Organization is going to decide, they're having a conference call to decide whether or not they're removing the emergency from COVID-19 emergency to move it.
Not an emergency anymore.
That's the decision that will be made on Friday, so we'll keep our ear tuned to that. Now, M&Ms.
Okay, so M&M's, the little spokes candies, they're cute, right? And so
Adorable.
they had a little makeover recently where they sort of made them more inclusive. There was one of the, I think the brown candy had stilettos, and they gave
Go-go
her more
boots.
sensible shoes. Right. And one of the other ones, there's a purple one. I don't know if that's blue or purple, but they had one that was larger, I guess, to represent all body shapes. Well, Fox News lost their
Tucker
minds.
Carlson over this was just, I mean.
M&Ms are too woke. So M&M's has parked the spokes candies and has hired Maya Rudolph to be their spokesperson.
I love her.
For the Super Bowl anyway.
Baking it. I love her show.
I love that show too.
Me too. Maya Rudolph, she's great. Okay, we got so much coming up. We got focus. I gotta focus. Focus. Later on the show, we're going to talk about the call from rural mayors to lift vaccine mandates for healthcare workers, something that's only really happening in BC now. We'll talk about that. And the disinformation highway has cost lives.
Oh, like
lives.
Thousands of lives.
Yeah, we'll weigh in on that.
Also, you have to stay tuned. We're going to be talking medical assistance in dying. There's so much controversy, the delay in aid for the mentally ill. We have some personal thoughts when we come back.